Hello again. So I'll continue a bit of what I was saying before. The thing is, so the child is inadequate, and it creates this kind of this prick for itself to get it more adequate, or rather it senses the pricks to be more adequate as this kind of I that's in control of things, it can plan and stuff like that. The problem with us humans, and this is especially known by the mega rich, the poor wealthy, they're not really poor, I'm coming for you and your riches. They, once they've become adequate, once they've achieved the necessaries, they can't let go of that sense of inadequacy. Yeah, it had its function and it was good. It did what it had to do. But they're like somebody who's kind of building a shed, and they got to make a foundation, and they make the foundation, and instead of cracking on with the wooden superstructure on top of the foundation, that they keep laying foundation upon foundation upon foundation upon foundation, and it's kind of futile, and you don't have to. Reality lets you carry on doing that, as is evident, but that's what causes our discomfort, that gives us a need to be comforted. That's what gives power to churches and stuff like that. So you have these people, they've got their house, they've got their family life sorted out, they've got everything done, and then they go to church because they want another mission. They got this itch inside of them, and a bit like somebody with Stockholm syndrome, they kind of come to love that itch, you know, like the person with Stockholm syndrome comes to love the captor, the kidnapper. That's a kind of another kind of good little image, a good little myth to talk about the illusion. There are many ways to come at the illusion of separateness, of inadequacy, of insecurity and lack of freedom. And like for the person stuck in that myth, who feels like there's some hope of getting rid of that feeling of inadequacy, you know, just round the next corner, after I've converted 10 people to Christianity, after I've helped out 10 tramps, after I've meditated for a long time, after I've got a load of booze in me, after I have a lot of weed, you know, after I know this or after I know that, I'll be adequate. I'll be able to go out into the world and act and speak, despite the fact that you're already out in the world acting and speaking all the time. I'm speaking to myself there, by the way. And so we want to be the hero, but there's this kind of, you see the nihilistic, yeah, I'm just going to come out and say it, the non-dualism is kind of nihilistic, not in the sense, see, nihilism talks about nothing as if it's nothing. What Advaita or non-duality means by nothing is no thing. So this idea that there are trees, that there's a ground, that there's grass, I'm walking on something, that I'm here and that's there, it's all kind of an illusion. There is just this happening, and then the mind comes on and it creates the dream, and it creates the trees, it creates all these kind of things. There's just colours really, and then the mind is an interpretive kind of thing. The shorter one today, but I won't ramble too much there. Now, next video, I'm going to talk about Christianity, how that brings you, or there are certain forms of it, certain interpretations of what the Bible says, that brings you to the non-dual place, which is essentially characterized by freedom, a kind of, oh phew, the weight's not on my shoulders, ultimately a kind of realization of an identification with yourself and what you term God, or the secular person would say reality, or the Chinese Taoist would say Tao, or the Hindu person would say Brahman or Atman. And like how that was specific, how Jesus was like a kind of guru character who came along and he spoke the truth, and that's why they killed him, because he spoke radical freedom, and it's a dangerous message. Goodbye.